for this cash, nigga. And all you ripped up haters gon' get this Ruger, nigga. Cause I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm the one y'all niggas slept on. I'm that thirsty nigga. For this cash, nigga. And all you ripped up haters can't get a pass, nigga. Cause I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm that fire out that smoke. I'm the one y'all niggas slept on. All you thirsty nigga.
This California warehouse burned to the ground after employees didn't get a raise. Look at this. The guy who did it, he actually filmed it too. This is terrible. Look at this. Look at him. It's a toilet paper products warehouse. Look what he's doing.
You know, we may not get paid enough to live, but these dirt cheap. All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
This is terrible.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live. All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
This new video into our newsroom could be a critical piece of evidence in the fire that destroyed a warehouse in Ontario. It took 175 firefighters nearly 15 hours to put this fire out. Yesterday, the contractor is now facing several arson charges.
He should go to jail.
NBC4's Christian Conference has the very latest on the investigation.
Look at this, you can't even see.
I can't believe it, man. A new video on social media has surfaced of what appears to be inside a warehouse as someone is going around the room starting several fires.
We know who it was.
Talking about their salary.
All you had to do was pay us enough to live.
You can hear his voice.
I don't know what's going through his head, man.
We caught up with Alex Montero on Wednesday, who says he was working the night this Kimberly-Clark warehouse along Hellman in Ontario caught fire.
This is terrible.
Montero is stunned to see this video because this person, he says, is his fellow co-worker, Shamil Abdul Karim.
Does your inventory?
I just got done talking to him. He had just came over and helped me out with my truck. I was 5 doors down from him.
Wow. Fire officials say the fire started on Tuesday just after midnight and quickly grew because of the large amount of paper products inside the warehouse that fueled the flames.
Oh my goodness.
They called break and I went outside, I was sitting in my car, and not even 10 minutes go by and I heard the alarm.
Look.
Alright parents, real talk for a second. America is about to hit a huge milestone. We're coming up on America's 250th birthday. 250 years of freedom, gifts, sacrifice, and the greatest experiment in self-government the world has ever seen. This is a perfect moment to help your kids understand why this country matters. Not just fireworks and hot dogs, but the story behind it all. There's a free guide called The Kid's Guide to America 250th Birthday, and it's honestly a great way to introduce kids to how America begun, who the founding fathers were, what they risked, and why the idea they fought for still matters today. The guide sent kids back to the moment when brave men signed the Declaration of Independence, knowing full well there were risks in their lives for freedom. It breaks it all down in the way kids can actually understand and enjoy without watering down and turn into a boring schoolwork. If you care about raising your kids who know where this country came from and why it's worth preserving, this is something you want to grab. And the best part is completely free with the special offer. You just need to pay $2 for SMP. Just head to freeusabirthday.com. That freeusabirthday.com and the Kids Guide to America 250th Birthday for your kids today. America's story matters. Make sure the next generation knows it. Grand Rising, everybody. It's Dice Game G here on the Vicious News, and we got this one for you. The Arson suspect who set a whole warehouse on fire recorded himself doing the whole thing because he was upset because he didn't get a raise. I'm just saying, I told you in the last previous video that people was gonna start rebelling. They're gonna be rebelling against the government. They're gonna be rebelling against these corporations. They want to get paid because life is hard right now and money do not grow on trees. I'm just saying, you know what I mean? You know, you see his, co-worker come up here. He was like, man, I'm really, he's upset because he ain't got nowhere to work. He ain't gonna have a job. He ain't gonna be able to make no money. And he's saying, I don't know why he did this. We just talked about this. And I'm put it like this, you know what I'm saying? His co-worker probably ain't telling the whole story. He was probably saying the same thing. But he got on front of the news and said that, I was comfortable with he was comfortable with his pay, but we don't know what these people talking about when they close, they close to people. I'm just saying, this is what I was saying. When you trying to stand for something and people ain't trying to stand up with you, they will leave you hanging on that noose. And like I said, we just don't know, what these people talked about. Them guys talked about. He probably, was saying, yeah, I'm with you, bro. I'm with them. Then all of a sudden, he flip-flopped and the camera got in his face. He said, man, I was comfortable. I'm just saying, they will leave you hanging. If you trying to stand for something. That's why I said ain't no sense of me getting out here and trying to protest and trying to get up about what I stand for and believe, and then people leave me hanging. Like I said, I wasn't born last night. I'm just saying, dude got hit with arsenal and he's very upset. And I'm just saying, you see more like this later on. I'm Dice Game G here on the Vicious News. Make sure you like and share this long and wide. I'm out.